So hello and welcome to Dommy Tries This. I hope you brought your cuppa. Today's coffee mug was a Christmas gift from one of my girls, either my oldest or my youngest. Can't remember quite which one at this point. They both gave me kitty coffee mugs, which I absolutely adore. This one says I, with the I being a little fish. Love cats, and it shows its nose and whiskers. It's just adorable. Today's tea is the Stash Organic Chocolate Orange Tea. It's one of my favorite teas. I wanted something deep and dark and chocolatey, but then I thought, you know what? I need a hint of the sweetness. No milk in it this time, so the taste is going to be just a little bit different for me. I much prefer sugar and milk in my tea, but let's go ahead and give it a taste. I'm sure it's still going to be delicious. And it is. I think the milk would mellow it out just a little bit, but you get both the chocolate and the orange. And you can smell them too. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful tea. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Even without the milk, that's really good. Anyway, so today I am going to go through this box, which... yeah, I got some from Malta, but the stuff in here is not from Malta. But this box of hair care products, these are miscellaneous products that I've either purchased individually, or actually most of them I've purchased individually. One of them came from a box. Some of them I think I may have mentioned before in previous reviews at some point, and my opinion on them may have changed. So I'm going to try to bring them up again. There's a good 8 or so items in here, but most of them, there's a number of them, I shouldn't say most of them. A number of them are newer and so won't have quite as much for me to say about them. And the others will have quite a bit for me to say about them. So let's get started with the Shea Moisture Coconut and Hibiscus Curling Enhanced Smoothie. I got this, a friend I think sent me a Walmart box, and it was the hair care box, and this came in that box. I replaced another product in my after wash care, and the amount of curl it gave me at that time was stunning out of this packaging. Some stickiness when I fluffed, but nothing flaky, hard, or too bad. The curl remained defined when fluffed. It was pretty defined on day 2 as well, but there was a bit more frizz, so this does not help with frizz at all. This does not cocktail well with the curl plumper, which is what I'm currently using. And the curl is not any better, and the frizz is crazy when I'm using the curl plumper, essentially. I did buy this in a tub after my initial really successful results with it, and then I found that somehow the consistency of this in this tube and the consistency in the tub were a little different, and using it in the tub is a little more difficult. And I found I didn't like using it out of the tub as much as I liked in here. This seems to work better for me as a refresher, but I have found other products that I much prefer, most of which give me some kind of frizz control. Ignore it today. It's the weather. It's been horrible. So I've given the full-sized one that I purchased to my daughter because, like I said, I really didn't like the difference. If I did repurchase this, I would probably repurchase it in a tube like this rather than in the tub. The tub is supposed to give you a better value, but there was just something about the way the tub worked versus how this worked that just didn't match up for me. I will keep this by my filming area, which is where I've been keeping it in the past, to use just in case I need to fix something. It does seem to do really well as, oh, okay, I'm having an issue with this. I need to just throw some of this in, scrunch it in, and do some twirling, and my hair will be fine. It does seem to work really well for that. However, as part of my regular routine, it doesn't. I'm unlikely to repurchase it because, like I said, for refreshing and helping with my curl, I have found other products since that I prefer more. So it's a good product. It's just not the best product for my hair, and I really did enjoy it initially, but my hair was in a different place then. My hair was much drier. not as curly at the time, and I didn't have other products. I didn't have enough other products to know whether or not I would keep using this. It was very good to help get me started, but for where I'm at with my journey right now, it's just something I would use as an emergency bump, basically. So yeah, it's a good product, just not for where my hair is right now. So the next one I purchased, I think based on some YouTube videos I watched, and that is the Shea Moisture Superfruit Multivitamin Soft Curl Gel Cream with Marula Oil and Biotin. I hate this tube. This tube is very messy. It's hard to control getting the product out when you get it out. It's a very loose product. It's very similar to my Bodyworks hydration serum, the Almond Marshmallow hydration serum I love. It's very similar to that, but the way this tube is, it's hard to control getting it out. It all gets in this lid, and it's very messy to work with and deal with. So I really don't like the way they've packaged it. I would much rather have it packaged in like this hydration serum type thing, and this, when we're done, is going to go into this and see if I can get this to work a little bit better than I have recently. This stuff makes my hair super wet even when I only apply a little bit, so it's a lot like the hydration serum in that regard as well. It works really great for me when scrunching in front of the fan, but I found it didn't help as much as an air dry styler. I did use a little bit of it today, so I think it actually works fairly well as a refresher, which is nice because I do kind of need a gel that I can use on my second day that isn't as expensive as the Diva Curl, and this is not as expensive as the Diva Curl, and it has some of that wetness that the Bodyworks does that really, really helps as well. Does work well as part of the refreshing routine, so like I said, I'm planning to put it in this, and I'm hoping that's going to deal with the packaging issue. And would I repurchase it? Maybe. Depends on how well it works out of this. I would have to say if it works well out of this, probably. Because like I said, my hair really likes the Diva Curl, but the Diva Curl is extremely expensive. Similar size bottles run $20 to $30 a piece. So I would much rather be spending, anywhere between $9 and $12 than $20 to $30 to get something for refreshing, and just use the Diva Curl for after my after wash routine, which would limit how many times I use it, thus making it last longer and making it a bit more cost effective while giving my hair what it needs, because it really likes the Diva Curl. I will be reviewing the Diva Curl in the future, so. But yes, I did like this. It's great for refreshing. I don't think I'm going to like it so much for, I don't want to really mix these two that much, so this is actually just better for a refresher, and I use this in my after wash. They're very similar. I guess, honestly, I think the Bodyworks actually works much better for me, because this is, even though it's jelly, it's more of a hydration. It's there to actually add juiciness. This is supposed to be kind of a soft hold gel, which it is, but it just adds that same kind of juiciness with a firmer hold than this would give you. So on this next one, I have to admit, I got a lot of notes on it. I've had to do a lot of thinking about this one, and I keep wanting to give it to my son because honestly, it's not my holy grail leave-in, and that is the Mielle, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, M-I-E-L-L-E, Pomegranate Honey Leave-In Conditioner. This is a line that I really, really wanted to try. This is a brand I really, really wanted to try. They had it on Hush, so I picked up this and a mask to try out. I love the consistency of this. It feels very thick. I don't like this pump. This pump kind of spurts it out a little bit, but yeah, see? But it is almost kind of a jelly type leave-in conditioner. It smooths out almost like water, so I really like that about it. And it practically melts into my hair. I haven't seen much of a reduction in frizz. I think it doesn't say it anywhere on the packaging, but I do believe on the Mielle site, no, I'm butchering that name. I do believe on the site it does say something about helping to reduce frizz. I haven't seen this do that, unfortunately. But I have noticed better curl definition, and my hair is really soft and feels moisturized. It did help a bit when used as part of my refresh routine, though. There was more flyaways than frizz, and though the frizz wasn't completely taken care of. So I can use it as a refresher. It doesn't seem to do much in my aftercare routine, but I can use it as a refresher and get just a little bit less frizz. But I have other products that work better for that. It's a good leave-in conditioner. Like I said, I really like the texture of it. I like the way it melts into my hair. It's really pricey for what it does, and I think I can do better, I hope, at some point. And for my refresher, I've actually found something else that I like better. But anyway, it does improve the performance of the curl smoothie, which I'm only using out here, so I don't even need to use that. But for anybody who use the curl enhancing smoothie, this will help improve the performance of that. Pretty pleased with that. My curls weren't all that impressive the day before, but rocked after being refreshed. I really think this is better as part of my refreshing process rather than my after shower care. But like I said, I've already found something else that I think works better for my refreshing. I do find it works pretty well after my hair is diffused. So the way I diffuse my hair, I plop it for anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, and it's usually still pretty wet because I put my products in when my hair is wet. So I take out my t-shirt or whatever, I scrunch for a bit, and then I add, then I start diffusing. When my hair is about 50% or so, I add the Reshma oil that I really like. I think I mentioned it. It's my favorite item out of the Henna-Infused box from Curlbox, and that really helps with keeping the frizz down. But I put that in, and then I diffuse a little more until we are about 90 to 95% dry, and then I throw in some of the Cream of Nature pure honey whipped twisting cream, just a little bit, and then I let it finish air drying. And when it's done air drying, I will either put in this or I will put in an oil, one or the other. So this works for at the end after everything's dry. It helps bring out the softness, and it gets rid of any cast if I have any. I usually don't. So again, this is becoming something that while I enjoy it, it is not something that I'm going to as much right now. It does promote the curl a bit and gives my ends some much needed extra moisture. It's light, so it doesn't add any heaviness or weigh down my curls. Not sure, like I said, about repurchasing because of the expense, and I'm not reaching for it as much right now. But I might because I like the way my hair feels after it's been applied to my diffused hair. Yeah, I'm still not sure. I like it, but it's expensive for something that I'm not going to be reaching for, in that I have other products that I'm enjoying better for my refresher. So I'll have to get back to you guys on that. So the other Mielle product I picked up was the Babasu and Mint Deep Conditioner. I swear to God, I know how to talk. Some of these, there's Baboab, and then there's Babasu, and there's other. I have problems with some words, I'm sorry. This is much looser than I expected, and you'll see what I mean. I mean, this, you can see it just trying to start to come out there. It is very, very loose. Most of the conditioners I get that are leave-in conditioners, deep conditioners, masks, things like that are very thick. I'll be talking about this one in a minute, but you'll see what I mean. Most of them are thick like this. They don't have much movement. They're more of a custard, or a really, almost like the Crisco consistency, but not quite. They have more softness to them than that, but it smells neat. I love the smell, I have to say. There's two scents that'll really get to me. Mint and lemon, citrus. This is nice and minty, although I will admit it also borders almost on the soapy end of mint. So it's a beautiful scent, but it's really close to not being a beautiful scent, if you know what I mean. My wet curl was really decent after rinse. My hair was smooth, soft, and moisturized down to the ends, but not necessarily silky. Curl was fantastic. straight out of the microfiber towel, and the scent wafted out. This is one of the things I like about this, and it's one of the things I like about my Or's olive oil moisturizing conditioner I use. I did notice flyaways, even damp, despite the fact that it's supposed to help with that, but the curls stayed really good as I went through my other post-wash products and after I plopped. Having some issues because of the weather. It's really affecting, yeah. Anyway, my hair felt softer after plopping as well, and the scent lingered. Hair dry had a softer but decent curl, felt soft to the touch, but still had the flyaways and fuzz. I do like it despite the fuzz and frizz that it didn't seem to actually help with. I'm having issues finding stuff that really helps me with that. People have said add more moisture, add more oils and things like that are supposed to help with that stuff. It's not helping my hair. I don't know what it is about my hair. My hair's like, no, I'm going to be fuzzy. So it is doing better than what it used to be, but I still have a few spots that are still trying to decide whether or not they want to curl. And today, I guess it's a little worse because of the weather, but honestly, I think if something says it's going to help with the frizz and all that stuff, it should actually help with the frizz. Would I repurchase? Again, I think I have other deep conditioners and stuff like that that have a better price point and actually do what they say they're going to do. Sorry. I do like the scent. I do like the way my hair turned out. It's not one I'm reaching for again. Probably should get to that and start trying to use it up. So I think this one would be probably a no. I have yet to find a deep conditioner mask or something of that nature. Take that back. There's one that I would repurchase. And so yeah, not too sure I would repurchase this. At this point, I'm going to lean on no. It's good. Does good for the hair. Doesn't do what it says it's going to do. And I actually have to take that back. There are two that I would do. And the first one that I would repurchase is the Shea Moisture Raw Shea Butter Deep Treatment Mask with sea kelp and argan oil. It's for dry, damaged hair. My hair is generally not dry and damaged anymore, though my ends are very sensitive and do get dry. Anyway, this is a very thick and stiff kind of mask. Smells very perfumey, which is actually not something that I'm a favorite of. But because it is so thick and stiff, I actually have to like really work it into my hair. But once I do, it melts into it really nicely. It has great slip even after rinsing. Wet curl was decent, but not fantastic. Still, my hair felt good. That said, I prefer to use this as a pre-conditioner. On days that I'm going to wash with shampoo, I get my hair wet with warm to hot, not really hot, but warm to hot water. My hair is very non-porous, and using the warm water helps open things up so that my hair will soak in what it needs. And then I will apply a leave-in conditioner, a mask, whatever. I've even used a couple of moisturizing type curl puddings and things like that. Most of them end up being extras from my curl boxes, but this one I actually purchased. So I do that, I warm everything up, and then I slather on something and I let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes, and then I take my shower and I go ahead and wash my hair. And I have found that this, I like the fact that it is a deep treatment mask. It says it heal, grow, and strengthen your hair, and that's the things that I want to have happen with my hair. Is I want them to grow. I want it to grow and to get stronger and to have just more of it and less issues with it, less breakage and all that other stuff. So this is supposed to help with that. So I put this in my hair, let it sit for 20 minutes, and I find doing this with either a leave-in or a mask protects my hair and helps keep it moisturized through the shampooing process. And I think masks do a better job than a leave-in. And I really like the deep treatment part of this one and the fact that it does the strengthening and all that. So I will probably repurchase this and continue to use it in that way as a pre-conditioner. The advantage of that is these are like $12 to $15. I'm not sure about this one. I know about the other one I'll be talking about in a little bit. These are about $12 to $15, and since I alternate shampoo day, co-wash day, shampoo day, co-wash, since I alternate those, that helps it so that I can just limit how much I'm using. Although it'd be nicer if I could limit it to once a week, but it doesn't always happen that way. But I think this is worth it just for the value of how it helps take care of my hair when I'm trying to on a shampoo day. So that is my purpose for using this, and so I probably would repurchase this one. That's my first tub though, so we'll have to see. So I have one item on this list that I do not actually have the packet for. It was a sample that came with an Eden Bodyworks order. I think I had ordered like 2 or 3 of these. And they sent in this sample. That is the Eden Bodyworks Jojoba Manoi Deep Conditioner. It was a very, very thick, you know, on the lines of this. And I have to use considerably more of it than I'm used to, like with this. It doesn't melt into my hair or have much slip, and I have to pull at my hair to actually work it in, which I would imagine isn't good for your hair if you're trying to avoid breakage. You want something that's going to give you enough slip to work through the knots and detangle, and as well as work it into your hair. And it didn't do that. My wet curl was okay, but my ends didn't feel as moisturized, and honestly I wouldn't repurchase it because of the pulling and can cause breakage. And so that was the biggest issue with that. It was just a packet. I've only got to use it once, maybe twice, and I'm not even sure about that. But I did have to use quite a bit of it, which is unusual for my hair. I tend to go fairly light on the products that I use on my hair, because they can cause, my hair is very easy to weigh down and make the curl less impressive. It's being a little funky today, but we've already mentioned that a couple of times. So yeah, if I have to use a lot of it at this stage of my hair, I would have to go through insane amounts, because when I get my hair longer, I'm really working on trying to grow it longer. And to me, that would, 1, be too expensive, and 2, to have to use so much. I'd be worried about how it's going to weigh down my hair. And 3, having to work it in like that, I'd probably end up with more breakage and issues in terms of actually trying to keep the length because of that. So yeah, that's not one I would repurchase. Probably kind of why I don't have the packet with me. So the rest of these have no notes, which is not a bad thing. And 4 of them are very, very new. So let's get started. I'm going to get started with the stuff that I am now using in my refreshing routine. These were all brand new. I mentioned them just recently on the channel. I think I just unboxed them or something. The first is this Eden Bodyworks Essentials Refresher for Hair and Body. I think I mentioned this when they had a sale and I was able to pick up extra stuff. So this smells amazing, and this goes in right after I spritz in some water to get that dampness started, get the wet going, you know. And then I add this in as well. Smells amazing. It moisturizes your hair. You're actually supposed to be able to also use it on your body, but I'm sticking with my hair with this. Although, considering my reaction to the Oars conditioner, maybe I should spray it on my body. Because I really love that, and I did say, make this a body lotion and I'll wear it all over my body. But this is beautiful. This has got a beautiful citrusy smell. I like the sprayer. The sprayer is a mister, so it's not so, doesn't spit at you, which is really nice. So I can get it through my hair without any issues. It doesn't dry out my hair. So yeah, I really enjoy this. I'm already planning to purchase a backup as soon as I can, because I know me. With as much often as you have to refresh your hair versus washing your hair, you need a lot of the refreshing stuff. Another one that I got was this Eden Bodyworks. These all came from the same line, the same order. This is the Coconut Shea Natural Styling Elixir to help prevent frizz. I find that it does do that, and it does enhance my curl. I don't find the coconut smell on this one very irritating. Another product in this line that I have is this coconut smell is much stronger, but this is not that strong. It does seem to help with the frizz. I use it before I start diffusing during my refreshing routine. However, I probably could also use it after in place of my Reshma oil, which I do not use when I'm refreshing. But I find that this works just really, really well for enhancing my curl and reducing the frizz. And it's been really good for my hair in my refresher. The third product that I got in that particular shipment was the Natural Hair Oil Peppermint Tree Hair Oil. It's a natural hair oil. Yes, it's a hair oil, dummy. Love this. Love it, love it, love it. I've been taking it and using it at night. I do use it when I refresh sometimes, but mostly this is at night. And I don't spray it directly on my hair because this spits. See, it spits. And I thought that I was going to have problems with this being a spray, but I find what it does is the sprayer helps control the portion, the amount of the oil that comes out, and I can end up using less of it. Whereas with my other ones, because I'm pouring, sometimes I end up pouring too much. And so yeah, you don't need a lot of it. And I primarily put this, I spray it onto my fingertips, and I primarily put it right down at my scalp because it's supposed to help encourage growth. And I've noticed since I started using this that when I wash my hair, that my little fuzz bunnies that you get after you wash your hair are much smaller. So I'm really, really enjoying this and really excited. This is the only thing, well, obviously I've used all of these things, but in essence, this is the only one that I've heard can really help with hair growth and all of that. And it does seem to be reducing any hair loss that I have. So I'm really, really enjoying it. I like the smell. It's very pepperminty, and but it doesn't stay. So it's kind of strong at first, and then it fades. So it's a really nice oil. So this is another one I would probably repurchase, and I'm really glad I picked this up as well. Almost everything in that last box was something that I really enjoyed. The final thing in that box was this Coconut Shea Natural Hair Balm. Now, I haven't used much of this, and you don't need much of this. You'll see that I've done a little bit of a bit right there. It's just very, very solid. It is much like a lip balm. So it's very, very solid. And when you get it on your fingers, you have to kind of rub it out, and then it's kind of like an oil. You can see the shine. It actually works kind of like an oil. I've only used this a couple of times, but this is basically to help when your hair is dry. It's supposed to help with dryness. Not just that your hair is dried in the air, but when your actual hair is dry. And I do find that since I have sensitive ends, it does help with that. It also helps a little bit with curl. I did put in a little bit today. It helps a little bit with curl, and it does give a nice shine. My only complaint about this is that the coconut smell on this one is very strong, and as I've mentioned previously, I don't like coconut. However, that said, I might just, hold my nose and repurchase it when I finally run out of this. I don't see myself running out in a long time. All four of these products, I will probably give a much fuller review at a later time. But right now I can tell you I'm enjoying them, and I will probably repurchase all of them. So, and I keep that one out here because it's for dry hair. So I keep it out here around my thing, and when my hair is looking like it needs some help, I go straight for the balm now. Or have just started going straight for the balm. I've only had these things for what, maybe a week? Last but not least is the Shea Moisture Manuka Honey and Mafura Oil Intensive Hydration Hair Mask. I love this mask. Love it. I've already purchased. This one's almost gone. I have a backup in my bathtub right now, and I have another backup underneath my sink waiting for me to use it. This stuff is amazing, okay? You can use it two ways. You can use it as a 5-minute hair mask in your shower, which I've done. I sometimes use it when my ends are feeling really dry. As you recall, I used to use the Garnier Whole Blends honey mask that they have that is supposed to help repair and heal ends. But I sometimes use this since I'm buying this anyway, and as much as the honey mask is cheaper, it's still an extra purchase. And it just does an amazing job on my hair. But using it as a deep conditioner with my heat cap, oh my Lord, my hair comes out soft and silky and smooth and moisturized. It's beautiful. I love this. Out of all of these, if you're going to buy one of these, this is the one to get. It is a $14 or $15 mask, and you get 12 ounces. Can't speak of it highly enough. Highly recommend it. So I have 2 items left, and the first one is this Cream of Nature Coconut Milk Shine and Hold Control Glue. So this came with a box that had this. It had a keratin mask, and it had a shampoo. Now, I've given the shampoo to my son because I have so many shampoos, I'm never going to get to it. I think I like the shampoo, but I've given it to my son to help him on his journey. I've been using the keratin mask as a bump for my conditioners. I tried to use this with my curl formers, and don't know when I'm getting back to those. My hair's been doing really well. I'm not sure I need them. I think the only thing I have to worry about at this point is getting the parts that don't want to curl. We'll have to work on that. But I don't like this stuff. I don't think it helped much with the curl formers. I do have to apply it in sections, which is not something I usually do with my hair. My hair is not so thick that I usually need to do that. So I normally apply the stuff to my hands and then go for my roots and rake it in, and then I scrunch and like that. So can't use this that way. This one you actually have to apply in bits and pieces, and my hair ends up drying up. On top of that, this stuff is really freaking sticky. That's the word glue. I didn't find that it actually really helped hold the curl for me. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's because I didn't use enough of it. If I need to use more, I would be even less pleased with it. So, no, I just can't. It's too stiff. It's too sticky. It's too problematic for me to apply. I don't like it. So this is going to probably go in my curl box. This is not my curl box. Project Beauty Share. I don't know if they're going to want to keep it because it is an open product. It has been used. They may not want to keep it, but I'm not going to use it. It's not anything my son needs. It's not anything any of my kids need. So if it's going to get thrown out, I guess it might as well be them with them going, it's open, we can't keep it. I don't know, but I can't. I just can't. So our very last product in this huge mess, and yeah, it's a big mess, I know. It's a lot. It's a lot, people. We get long here. We don't do short little reviews. But this is the Curl Express Twist and Curl Oil, and as I'm sure you recall, I won this, and I was very excited to win it, and I've been very excited to use it. I will be doing an update on oils sometime, and this will make a reappearance. But at this point, this is the oil I use after my hair has completely dried, after I've diffused. More often when I've washed, but sometimes when I refresh. And this oil doesn't have a lot of actual oil in it. It has vitamin E, omega-3, omega-6, orange peel, and rice husk. And this helps, one of the things about diffusing and drying, especially when you're using a gel, is your hair can get stiff. Even if it doesn't really have flaky or anything, it gets stiff. And if you want to fluff, which is one of the things I do, because if I don't, my hair looks stringy. So if you want to fluff, you need to find a way to fluff without, by reducing that stiff hold without damaging your hair. This does it for me. This also helps encourage more curl. And yeah, I love this. And it says for dry hair. And while my scalp isn't dry, my ends are dry, I do find it helps with that. I'm really, really, really enjoying this. And I'm actually planning on repurchasing when I need to. I'm also looking forward to, the company is actually coming out with a new product, and I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. And I'm really hoping to give that a try. So another one, this is, you're not going to find this on Amazon. This one you're going to have to actually, I'll actually include the link down below, and you'll actually have to go and purchase it off their site. And yeah, so really, really good product. I highly recommend it, especially if you use gels and things like that in your hair and you need to soften it up some, especially if you want to separate some of the curls after it's soft, after you've had it set and dry. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful oil to use for that. And as I recall, it's not that expensive either. So just, yes, these two are just the absolute pinnacle of everything I'm using. That I'm very happy with. And there we go. So that's it for today. Long, I know, long. We talk about hair, it goes long. We talk about health, it goes really long. We talk about makeup, not quite so long. Not usually. But anyway, I hope you like what you've seen and that you will subscribe if you're not already. If you do subscribe, please hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. I upload 4 days a week right now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. And occasionally we have a bonus video. And we're heading into summer, so we'll be getting quite a few of those when I do my gardening. At least I hope to be doing my gardening. We're having a few issues right now between the weather and a few other things. Not quite sure that's going to happen this year, but crossing my fingers because I do have some seeds I could use. Just might be a bit more limited than usual. Yeah. Anyway, if you're part of my notification squad, you'll want to check your subscription and your notification bell because, yeah, people are still complaining about those. And I know for me, I'm still getting, I haven't lost a subscription yet, but I have still getting the notification bell issue. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, if you don't subscribe, well, we'd be disappointed and very sad, but you know what? You're always welcome to come back again. And when you do come back again, don't forget to bring your cup of tea. Well, I bet you this is nice and chocolate and orange and beautiful. So here we go. Almost. It's in there. The chocolate and the orange and all that is in there. This is cooling down considerably. The orange is starting to take a bit more prominence right now, but it's not a sweet orange. It's edging towards the sour, not quite bitter, but towards the sour end. So this would be a tea to keep hot and drink all at once when it's hot. Still a good tea, just not a good cold tea. Anyway, that's it. And I hope you all have a great evening. We'll see you later.